Alright guys, so I'm going to show you a little bit, for a few of these, how I put together these alphabet cards. It's a little time consuming, but you can make them look however you want. So I have a few ready to go that I'll glue up together as we put these together. So for A, I did cut out a little alligator. And for ideas, I just searched on like a Google image search for alligator clip art, and then looked for the easiest one to draw, drew it out on some green paper, and just cut it out. Parents can help with this, or kids can just draw with markers. I got some markers here right on the page, and make it look however you want. So first thing I want to do is I cut it out ahead of time, and then I'm going to glue it onto this paper. I just took the legal size white paper and cut it in half. You can use regular 8.5 by 11 or whatever kind of paper you have. If you wanted to use colored construction paper, make it look a little different, that's up to you as well. You can do make it look however you want. Cool thing I like about this purple glue is you see where the glue is, but it dries clear, so you're not gonna have any problems there. So now I'm gonna actually take a black marker and draw some eyes. He needs couple eyes here. He's got maybe a couple of dots for his nose. Maybe we'll make his eyes a little bit bigger, like he's got glasses. And then I gotta write alligator up at the bottom here. And that's a pretty simple one. So there's alligator. You can add more decorations around it if you want. Like you could take some blue and draw like a little pond or some water for him sitting in. Yeah, this one, just pretty simple. Okay, there's alligator, and then I did bear. I did him in two pieces. I cut out the body, and then I cut out a head. So we'll put that together right now, and then we will put some eyes on it. So here's the body. Maybe I'll put a little bit under his arm, his legs. Now, a spot for his head. And he also needs some eyes. He needs a little nose, and a mouth. And we'll draw in some parts of his ear. And some dots on his paws. Then we have to write bear. Now I'm going to leave this one pretty plain in the background. Just B is for bear. I might decorate it later on, but for right now I think I'll leave him like this. Next I did camel. And this, I just, again, looked up clip art and kind of traced the shape. And cut him out. Sometimes it's actually easier to put glue on the back of the animal, so that way you got glue everywhere. We'll draw a little bit of little eye up here, a little bit of little mouth, and then write camel. And for this one, I am going to do a little bit of a background. Do some sand. Sand can be pretty easy. You just take a brown marker and you can do a bunch of dots. This is a fun texture too. Even better if you have some sand at home or in your backyard or somewhere, you can put a little bit of glue down and then spread some sand on it. I don't have any sand at home, but that would be something you could do as a nice texture in the background. It's a pretty simple camel. This one was one that I actually really liked for duck. I cut out a pond and then the duck out of yellow, so it kind of gives it a couple different colors. So first I'll put a little bit of glue on my pond. And then put a little glue down for my duck. Now for this one, I need orange because his beak is going to be orange. So, all right, and then I'm gonna do a little dot for his eye. Maybe some lines for feathers here. But there's our duck, and I'm gonna do this one in orange. And you can decorate it a little bit more if you want. If you want to add some cattails or weeds, that you see sometimes in ponds, you can do that. Or some long grass. Over here, maybe some long grass. However you want to decorate it. Make them all your own. The next one I did was elephant. So I did, again, head and body separate. There's the body. And then I just traced out the head. These are really fun to do, by the way. It's a good way to kill some time and be creative. You can do all kinds of different colors. I'm one who, I like it when kids are creative. In the colors that they use, you don't always have to be exactly the same. You can do a purple elephant, you can do an orange elephant. It doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some people when the colors are not the right color. But for me, I think you can be as creative as you want. Let's do a couple little eyes. For the elephant, maybe some tusks. Draw in the ears. Elephants will usually have lines on their trunks as well. A couple lines on their knees. And little toes. And then we got to write elephant. This next one I had a lot of fun with. And that's F is for fox. I really like foxes. And so I was creative. I did the red and then I cut out some white pieces for the accents. There's the head. This is the body. And then I did the little tail with the little white on the top. So first we're gonna glue the body. You don't have to get as fancy with yours. You can just draw them even with marker, however you want. You have paper. It's just another little fun thing to do. And I got tail right there. Then you need some eyes. Doop, doop. And a little nose. A little mouth. Just a little simple guy. Maybe some arms in here. Couple. And then fox. Next I did G is for gorilla, so there's his body. Tried to find one that was easy to cut out when I looked for clip art for my model to draw. And then I did the face, did a couple white pieces for the ears and the mouth and the face to make it stick out a little bit. Sorry, gorilla. Next was horse. I did body. And then I cut out a little piece for the tail, little black tail, to go with his black mane. And we'll glue all this together. He also needs an eye, just on one on the side because it's side view. And then a little mouth, maybe some hooves. And then horse. Next I did iguana, and I tried to make it really cartoony. Just simple legs, spikes on the top and his mouth. I like to do the alphabet letters with animals because it's pretty memorable. A lot of kids like animals, and it's fun to learn the animal names. So there's iguana. The next one I did J for Jaguar. I did the little head. And then here's the body. And then we all have to add some spots for the Jaguar. Some of my kids, they love Jaguars. My kids particularly, it's his favorite animal. He's always saying Jaguar, so do this one in there for him. Alright, we gotta draw some fur, some eyes, nose, and a little mouth. And we also have to do the little spots. And Jaguar spots are kind of like weird shapes. So they've got like that. They're not all the same. We gotta color in the ears. Jaguar. Okay, I did Kangaroo. Just found a little simple kangaroo, drew him and cut him out. Another way to do this too is you can, if you have a printer at home, you can print out pictures that you find online, glue them on here. And, I would have the kids practice tracing if they're still learning writing, have them trace the letters, or try to write them on their own, look at a sample and write the words along the bottom on their own. It's good writing practice. Kangaroo. Okay, there's that one. Kangaroo. Then the next one I did was lion. There's his body. Then I did his mane, a little spot for his tail, and then the inside of his face. So let's put this one together. There's a spot for his tail. And a piece of head right in the middle. Now draw some eyes. Got a little simple one. Then you have lion. Alright, next I did M is for monkey. So there's his body. Then I did the little yellow part for his face. And then a little tuft of hair on the top. So let's put him together. Now a lot of these, well, all of these actually I prepped ahead of time so that you don't have to sit here and watch me spend hours cutting out all the pieces and drawing all the pieces. So it may take a lot longer than the video shows. But you can even do this as a project spread out throughout days. You can have them, whenever they have downtime here and there, make a page. And then at the end they'll have their own alphabet cards. Now that we've got the monkey together, we've got to draw some eyes. And the ears. Maybe a little bit of a nose, mouth. Maybe some hands. And some feet. And we write monkey. Next is N for Newt. This one's kind of a little weird looking, but hey, I did my best. That's a fun way to come up with creative animals. You can find ones that you've never heard of, you don't have to use the same animals I'm using, or ones that you're familiar with. But a lot of these are ones that my students will be familiar with, so it's kind of a cool connection. I'm not going to do much decorating on Newt. Just going to write it down at the bottom. Again, that's something you can do later too. Make it as creative as you want. Next is O, and I decided to do octopus. I like octopuses. I like to draw a little smiley face on my octopus, just because it makes it friendly. Octopus. For P, this one actually is pretty intricate. I decided to do a parrot. So I'll show you all the little pieces. So we've got the body, wing, a few different tail feathers for different colors. You can see them on down here. And then some red and yellow for the wing, and then a little tiny beak. So let's put it all together. Start with the body. We can add the beak right on the front. And then we'll do the feather, the wing. Then we'll do the yellow feather right on the top, followed by a red feather. I used to some little spikes so it looks like it's overlapping. And then we'll do the tail feather. So just put a wide patch of glue here, and we'll put each color on. We'll do red in the middle, maybe blue along the top, a little bit more glue. Yellow along the bottom. Then we'll need to draw some feet on. Maybe an eye. I'll use black for the eye. And then we've got parrot. For Q, I decided to do quail. I have lots of quail that come down in my yard all the time. They're kind of cool, like a little feather that hangs around the top. The body, a little glue for the head. Okay, there's the quail. For R, I decided to do rattlesnake. Then I made a little tongue. It actually was just a scrap that I had left over from red and made a perfect tongue. And then a little R, or not R for rattlesnake, a little rattle on the back. Alright. There. R for rattlesnake. Alright, for S, I did salamander. We have several lizards in this alphabet set. Lizards are cool. Alright, salamander. And again, it's good to have the kids trace over the letters as a practice for their writing skills. Or if they already have mastered tracing, you can have them write it underneath. You can show them the word and then they can write it themselves. Okay, T, I did turtle. So I did mine in a few pieces. I did the shell, his head, and a couple feet here. So let's put it all together. I'll start with the shell. One of my favorite shows growing up was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I've always liked turtles. A little glue for the feet. This one can kind of, oh, actually, back. This one sticks back here. A little shorter than this one. Kind of stick out there. That's right. Turtle. There you go. That's how it all goes together. This is actually one of my favorite animals, and the kids in my class will know it. Well, this is called an umbrella bird, and he has a little bit of a red belly. But this is one we sing in our alphabet book all the time. So it's one of my favorites. It's really cool. He has feathers on the top that looks like an umbrella. It's a unique bird. Never seen one in real life. I'm not even actually sure where they're native to. Have to look that up. There's his red belly. I'm going to write this one in 2 lines. Umbrella bird. Next one is actually one of my favorite birds. I just like the way they look. And that is V for vulture. There's his body. His little white collar. And then his head. So let's put them all together. I love doing fun projects like this because you can really be creative, do everything your own way. One of my favorite things as a teacher to see is how every kid's projects are different. If everybody's look the same, it would be really boring. I wouldn't like that, so I like to encourage creativity. That's why I say they use colors that are not conventional. I love it because it's different. It's them. It's what they think it should look like. So, vulture. V for vulture. W, I just did a walrus. Again, I didn't have any gray paper, so I decided to go unconventional and did an orange walrus. There he is, walrus. X, this is also one of my favorite fish because it's unique. It's called an X-ray fish. It's clear skin so you can see through the bones. See through the skin into the bones. Again, this is one my kids will be familiar with. It's in our alphabet song. X-ray fish. Next is Y for yak. There's his body. There's his head. It almost looks like a cow, but it's not. It's a yak. Right at the bottom, Y-A-K. Yak. And finally, Z for zebra. As you can imagine, this was one of my favorite animals growing up just because my last name is xray, and Z for zebra. It was unique to have a last name that started with Z, and so I gravitated towards Z for zebra. There we go. And that is how I made my own alphabet cards. And those are going to go here in the virtual classroom, and then they'll go up in my classroom once we ever get back to school. So thanks for tuning in on how we make alphabet cards. Thanks.